Okay, what is up, guys? So it's like almost 1 a.m. right now. Low-key just chilling. I don't really know what to talk about, but I guess we'll start off with the Roblox chat ban. I just don't really understand it. Like, I understand that they're trying to protect people, but like, I feel like the way they went about it was not like a smart decision. Because like, what if, because there's been like multiple things where they're using AI, and I literally hate AI, like generative AI, not like every AI. So like the AI in video games is fine, but like, it's kind of annoying, and the way they went about it was just weird. Cause I don't like want to give Roblox my biometric data, because I don't know if they're gonna delete it, because I can't really trust, I don't trust them completely, especially with like the schlep situation that happened, if you guys know what that is. I just like fully don't trust Roblox with my information, and like I don't want to like take pictures of like my ID and upload it, because there could always be a data breach, and I don't feel like my like information being exposed, you know. So yeah, but second point about the chat ban is that like the AI, like I don't trust AI fully to like do the right thing, like whatever, because like there have been instances of like people who are minors being in the like the 18 plus, oh my bad, in the 18 plus thing category, and I just feel like it's just like the AI isn't gonna work, and it's not safe for people like that, because if y'all know, like there's a lot of creepy people on Roblox, and I've definitely experienced some of that in some games, and it's honestly like scary. And especially with the chat ban, like people aren't gonna know to report stuff. Like if there's like a really old person who like pretended like a child model or something, like a video game model, because I've seen that video game models work, and like they use that to be in the child thing, and then they try to talk to children. Oh, change color, cool. It's just like not very good. Like, sorry, I'm going off script, I'm really just picking stuff from my head, but like it's not safe, because especially like a lot of those younger children don't know like when bad stuff is happening, like they don't really know what's happening, so they like won't report it, or even with like adults, sometimes it's just some of this bad stuff isn't gonna get reported, and I think it's in the players like rights to not give up their stuff, but I think it's just horrible that like you just can't chat anymore, because I love using voice chat, like especially with my friend, because sometimes we just like vibe and we play Roblox and we like yell at each other, and like our favorite games are like voice chat games. Like we like playing this karaoke game, I don't really remember what it's called, but now like we can't do that. And my friend actually has someone that like she knows, well like she met on Roblox, but like he had like a really bad life, and I'm not really gonna get into it because it's personal stuff, but like she's helped him stay afloat, and now by them banning chat, like she doesn't have access to that, because he has no other outlet, and she doesn't have his number or like any other social media for him, and Roblox was like helping him because she actually could talk to him. But now that like the chat ban's in place, like she's honestly kind of scared, because she doesn't know what's going on anymore. Like she doesn't know if he's gonna be okay, if he's not, you know. Sorry, I'm really bad trying to talk and play this game. So yeah, that's another point. Wait, how do I get to? Oh, never mind. Yeah. So I just fully don't agree with the chat ban. I just think it's kind of horrible, and I feel like players should have had a say on it. I feel like Roblox should have given, like, if you were maybe like under, I don't know, if you're like 8 years old or something, maybe you shouldn't have chat, you know? Like, but, oh, this guy. Oh my goodness. Like, I feel like their community, they should have asked their community what they wanted. Because I will say that Roblox finally got rid of some of those crazy condo games, if you know what I'm talking about. And I think that's a step in the right direction, or those weird simulators. But it's just like they shouldn't have been on the platform in the first place. Oops. Like, they just shouldn't have been on the platform in the first place. And, especially because there's children here, and Roblox is primarily children. And even as a minor, like, it sucks. Oops. Like, it sucks knowing that there's a bunch of creepy people on Roblox. Especially in this one game I used to play with my friend before I got banned. It was like Friend Me or something. And it was kind of like Omegle, but like Roblox version, and you could chat, like type. And this one guy like gave her like his snap on Roblox, and then she didn't add him, of course, but like that's because at that point you know it's probably a creepy person. Or like, even if you watch, like, there's a lot of documented stuff of creepy people being on Roblox because they want to talk to children. And I think that it's understandable why the community is like outraged. Oops. Jeez, I can't do this. Never mind. Okay, it's understandable why the community is outraged by that. I don't really know what else to talk about. Because, like, that's a lot of issues I have with Roblox. Probably just, like, the weird games that they have on there. There's a lot of inappropriate stuff that I've witnessed. There's also, like, role plays of inappropriate things I've seen, and I don't even want to get into that. And yeah. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I ain't getting into that. And honestly, like, Roblox needs to do more. Why didn't it? That was weird. They need to, like, step it up, because they're not stepping it up. Like, they're not protecting anyone. They are and they're not. But there's not, like, there's a lot of games that I've played that they need to be older, for older people. Especially, like, if you guys know about Life Together, that game is crazy. It's basically like a game where you, like, snap people. And a lot of people use it. Like, people will just, like, be at the spawn and they'll find boyfriends or girlfriends, and then it gets places sometimes, if you know what I'm talking about. And honestly, that game just needs to be banned. Like, no joke, that game just needs to be off Roblox. But it's not, because it's roleplay. It's considered roleplay, and I think, like, the age is minimal, or the maturity rating, I don't know. But it's just, like, crazy that they allow that on their platform. But honestly, I know most of it goes unreported. Oops, I should have checked that. And it just sucks. Like, I understand that Roblox isn't everybody's game, and that it's I don't know, it's like free. So there's gonna be problems because it's such a big platform, and yeah, but with a lot of players. But I feel like even with big games, they don't really have that issue to the point where like they claim to protect children and they're not. Is he okay? So honestly, yeah, those are just some of the issues with Roblox. I don't know, Life Together, I'm sorry, it just needs to be banned. That game is crazy, but it's also kind of fun if like no one's being creepy. Because me and my one friend, we've played it, and there's this one guy and his name was like FBI James, and you could have some things, and I was fighting him. If you know, like, I was fighting him with some weapons, and then I would go to people's houses and we would like, oh, I didn't see that. We would like fight them, and it was honestly pretty funny, and like we were laughing the whole time. Like, there are exceptions, like there's like normal role play, like family dynamics, big children, kind of like Adopt Me. But then there's also like really creepy ones that happen, so that just shouldn't be a thing. And there's also still some like of those weird bathroom games, if you know about those. Those ones are disgusting. And like there's a couple, and it's just like a pool with like a gym and stuff, but there's still stuff that happens there. And I honestly, at this point, Roblox just needs to just like put in a lot of new safety precautions, because the chat ban isn't gonna help anything. Not being able to talk to players who are more like wise about stuff that happens on Roblox, and it's just like 8-year-olds, or not even that. There's definitely been like 5-year-olds that play Roblox. It's kind of an issue, because I know people don't want to give up their biometric data. What? Get out of my way! Sorry, I got rage baited. Like, people don't want to deal with that. Oh, what am I doing? Get out of my way! Sorry, I got a little rage baited. So yeah, I honestly repeated a lot of points, but you guys get the main idea. And honestly, the reason I don't like AI, I guess I can get into that a little bit, since I don't really know what else to yap about, and I was kind of already yapping about Roblox. But it's just trained on AI is trained by human-made stuff. Like, it's trained on what people have made, and AI, honestly, especially if you're using it just to write an email or something, it's not good for the environment. All those data centers use gallons and gallons of water. This year alone, AI has used more gallons of water than like water bottles have been sold. So if that tells you something, I don't know what. I don't know if you guys just like didn't know that, or like you just use AI, because I didn't know that until this year either. I thought AI, like I still didn't care for AI, so I've never used it on like schoolwork, just because I like that's plagiarism and I didn't want to get in trouble and stuff. So I've honestly like barely used AI unless it's like built in like Google searches, or I have used it. I think I've used some voice changers before. And I've made a couple images when like it first came out, but I was never really like an AI fan. Like I didn't really care like when it came out. Like yes, I thought like some of the AI memes, they're all right, but it's like at a point, like especially the slop on YouTube Shorts, it's honestly like it's really bad. Like in YouTube Shorts, don't even get me started on the AI, especially since my brother, who is 3 years old, has been watching it since he's 1 or 2. And I've seen the type of stuff that children watch, and it's just not okay. Like it's just weird stuff, and kids watch it because it's like just 50-50 chance, because it like they market towards kids or has characters they know. Yeah. And I'm talking about generative AI, or I just don't agree with people using AI to write essays, because you're actively limiting your brain. You're not using your brain for what it was meant to do. Like there's studies that like when you do something, like your brain grows from it, and when you're like having AI do it for you, it doesn't work. Like this sounded weird. Like it doesn't do any work. Like your brain just doesn't do anything. So you actually are less intelligent by using like AI to write an essay or something. Also, I just feel like you were like asked to do it, and like your teachers want you to not use AI. And I know all you guys are gonna come for me because I sound so stupid saying that AI is bad, and then I'm all gonna get flamed. But I just personally don't use it. I've never used ChatGPT, just because like there's a lot of like parasocial relationships with AI that I've also seen, like people getting married to AI chatbots. I don't know what else. Ooh, I got that one wrong. Like the AI chatbots, and it's honestly sad that people like get attached to AI because no one else cares about them. And I will say that is also, how did I walk off? That is also like an issue with AI, that people feel they don't have anyone to talk to, or that's real, because of all the hate that's like in the world. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I don't have any Robux. And I get that. Like there's a lot of hate in this world, and that people feel they can't find friends or they can't find girlfriends, so they talk to AI because AI supports them. And I don't really want to go into this, but there was like a case that ChatGPT like coerced someone into not being here anymore. And there's actually like a case about that, and ChatGPT never stopped it or reported it, and basically convinced this dude to do it. And like AI isn't your friend, it's a machine. Like it is prompted and made. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's made to keep you engaged, just like every other social media platform. It's made to like tell you to want more or praise your feelings even when you're wrong. Like, it'll still praise your feelings. So yeah. What? I don't even want to know what just happened, but yeah. So that's some of the reasons why I don't like AI. And I just think it's really parasocial of people to just like be like, oh yeah, I talk to chat all the time, like talk about ChatGPT as like they're like it's a friend, when it's a robot programmed off of people to come up with answers or anything. Or I just think if you're someone who needs like, I don't know how to explain this. Like, if you need like AI to do anything, like you can't Google it. Like, you don't Google something, you use AI to, like, you ask ChatGPT to Google something or tell you something. And well, like, use it as a search. AI is wrong a lot, especially with medical advice. There's like a lot wrong. And like, it's been proven by like doctors on the internet to like that like a lot of its medical advice is wrong, and you shouldn't take everything at face value that AI gives you, and instead you should do some research. Now, honestly, I have taken stuff from Google AI. I'm not trying to be the one like, oh yeah, I never did that. I did do that. And I think honestly I just need to get better at looking at actual websites. But the scary thing is though, is that some articles online now could be written by AI, and then we just don't. Why is this one red? You just don't know, because they'll have like a fake author or something, and that honestly sucks. Yeah, so I'm just scared that companies, like, I just think I'm scared of everybody thinking that AI is good. Like, the amount of data centers being built right now is honestly horrible and scary, especially because no one is regulating them. Like, the government doesn't care. Well, at least where I'm from, the government just doesn't really care, and they just promote AI, and they just think it's all good. And especially because our president, you can probably tell where I'm from this, uses AI to mock people and he wants to make himself feel better by using AI. And I just think it's like honestly really sad that he chooses to do that. And I'm not going to get into my political beliefs because that's just not this video. But I just think it's honestly sad that like a lot of people just use ChatGPT and don't know the consequences. Or like, even in my English class, my teacher will be like, oh yeah, it's okay, you can use ChatGPT to just like use some like, I don't know how to explain this. Sorry, I've said this so many times. To like, just can't word it right. To use like practice sentences, because we were working on last semester, what were we working on? Oh yeah, we were working on like sentences and like how to use like certain words in certain contexts, like affect and effect, it's and is, it's like it is and it's, sorry. Like she was like, oh yeah, just generate some stuff. And I just think it was kind of sad that maybe she just didn't know. Because even when I had an AI discussion, well, I kind of did and didn't, but in my history class, I was telling this one person about how AI is ruining the planet, and he was like, wait, I don't remember who. And they were like, and cutting that out. And they were like, well, they said like, oh, well, ChatGPT, well, we're gonna die anyways, so it's fine if we use AI. And honestly, I didn't really want to counter that. And be like, I didn't really want to get into that argument since it was the end of class, and I didn't feel like dealing with that, so I just kind of agreed. But I definitely should have said something. And even my teacher, like, I was saying this out loud, and even my teacher was like, yeah, AI is really bad for the environment. And then some people like didn't even know that in my class, and they were like, what? And it kind of saddens me, you know, because like, you want to like save the earth because the earth is beautiful and everything in it, and it just sucks that like everybody is trying to ruin it, intentionally or not, because AI is so normalized. And I'm honestly like kind of sad that people don't know more, and people don't like try to dive into topics, and we just believe everything at face value, which I have done that. Sometimes when I'm scrolling, I just believe stuff, and I just get sucked into like the rabbit hole. And I just believe it, and then sometimes I have to like, other stuff will counter it, and I'll be like, oh, okay. So it's a struggle. I struggle with that too. But yeah, I've yapped about AI for so long. I don't really know what else to talk about, because I guess I'll just end the video when I complete this challenge. I guess I'll talk about some issues I have with school right now, and that I've had with school. One has definitely been, especially since I went into high school, the amount of homework that teachers expect us to complete. Now, my school like does stuff differently, where we have 4 classes each day, and then we have all of our classes on a Friday. So like so Mondays and Wednesdays we have even classes, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays we have odd classes, and it allows us to get our homework done. But even still, like, I struggle with homework. It's just I never find the motivation to do it, and it doesn't help when teachers give you such a big assignment, and then there's also like a test, or you'll get like 3 big assignments from a class, and we only get 1 study hall to get everything done. And then when I get home, I'm just not thinking about wanting to do schoolwork at that point, because I'm just drained and done with the school day, and I want to relax. So then I just forget about homework and push it aside. Another issue I have is, that was it. Sorry, I'm not paying attention. Is probably there's a lot of like bullying that's normalized. And it hurts me. It honestly hurts me to see a bunch of kids, especially like jokes, and I definitely have been part of this. I will not lie, because everything was so normalized. Especially before I switched schools and went to a public school. there were a lot of words being said. There were a lot of different races saying slurs that they shouldn't have been saying. And it just kind of sucked that everything was being normalized. And one day, even when I came into class, kind of getting into school stories, this one guy, I don't remember, but he was like, "Oh, you're here, you should be gone from the earth." And obviously, like, it didn't really affect me, but I was just surprised because I didn't know if he said it to me or if he said it to someone else, but I'm pretty sure he said it to me. And I was actually like really surprised. I was like, why would you say that to somebody? Like, I know you're trying to be edgy and it's a joke, and I get that you're in middle school, but people have like actually struggled with that. I guess other ways, like, there's just bullying even at my new school, and it's a private school. There are definitely issues there. I don't know how to, I don't really want to get into it, but there's definitely a lot of issues, probably with superiority that I've seen. There's also a lot of hate, so there's a lot of talking behind people's backs. It's just more, it's more like hidden than in public school, but it still happens. And I've kind of noticed that. And I mean, I just like try to have empathy for every party involved, because I understand some people you don't like, and some people annoy you, and that's understandable, but like, everybody's called to love another. And it just kind of hurts when you see people who deserve like friends or like love, and they don't get that, and instead people pretend that it's funny to be mean to them, or like they think it's funny to be mean to them, say things that shouldn't be said to someone, or just like bully them, like very slight, to where that person doesn't understand they're being bullied, but they are. And it just hurts to see, because I've been on both sides, and I just hate that I was on both sides. I had a lot of, especially since I have type 1 diabetes, at my old school, people would be mad at me because I was allowed to have a phone, and I would use it to check my blood sugar. And people were often mad, and I heard people talking about me behind my back about how they were making fun of me, and they were mad at me because I was allowed to have a phone because of my disease. And I don't know, it just kind of hurts to see that and hear that from your peers. And I've also been mean to people. I've rage baited people, and I mostly rage baited my friend, okay? And like, we get along with bullying, like, it's jokes, but I also like need to work on, I guess, my jokes, because I know I go too far. And I guess I'll tell another story. I basically went on this camping trip with my one friend at her place, and we weren't supposed to be on our phones during that time, like play games on them. And I was on Snapchat. You know what? I don't want to get into that, because I texted someone and I said some horrible things, and I rightfully got punished for that, and I understand that that was wrong. And I honestly still regret it. And I know, we've made amends. I've made amends with that person, but it just sucks. And especially when you don't know that you're bullying someone. Like, because I'm just gonna, yeah. And I think just stuff that hurts the most is stuff that comes off as a joke, but then like you don't take it as a joke, but you have to kind of act like it. Or even when you do take it as a joke, what am I talking about? Even when the person means it as a joke and you take it seriously, it can still hurt. And even if you tell that person that hurt your feelings, sometimes they just don't stop the jokes. And sometimes like I get afraid to tell that person. Like, I'm just scared to tell them because I feel they're gonna judge me. And yeah. And also, I guess another thing about when I went to this new school, and I just noticed it right away. Well, not like right away, but I didn't know anyone, right? So I had this one girl, and she showed me around, and it was really sweet of her. But like I'm not really like friends with her now. But anyways, she showed me around, and I tried to hang out with her, but she kind of like, I don't know if they purposely did this, kind of left me out. And it kind of hurts when you're left out, because that's been basically my friend groups all my life. Or I get new friends every like 2 years, and nothing ever really stayed. Yeah. But anyways, when I was at that school, and everyone was really nice. Like, everyone was really welcoming to me being there. And they were like, oh yeah, nice to meet you. And I was super thankful for that. But it was after like a week, everyone kind of like stopped. Like, they kind of stopped being friendly towards me. And I honestly didn't have friends. I honestly didn't really have friends. I would go to the next one, but the story is pretty short, and I'm gonna end the video in a little bit. But I honestly didn't really have friends, and it just kind of sucked. And I was basically by myself for like the first month or two. And I just felt like really alone, you know? New school, no one knows you. And no one really approached me until my now, like one of my friends. She approached me, and she talked to me, and she invited me to this friend group. And we were part of this friend group, but me and her were never really included. It was a weird dynamic. And no hate to these people. I understand it's hard to be in a friend group. But they kind of like left me and her out. So then, and I was new at the school, and I didn't know any better, so I followed them and kind of did what they did, and then I got in trouble a couple times. But then I kind of learned that like stuff that you weren't supposed to do, and I hung out with my now friend a lot more than I did in the past. And I'm just really grateful for her like inviting me, because like I feel like no one else did. And even freshman year, when we have a lot of kids from another middle school join our school, it was like our students and their students, and they were like groups, and no one really got along for the first little bit of school, but then eventually everyone warmed up, and it was kind of hard to see, because you're like, oh, they're from this school, they're not my friend, I don't hang out with them. But yeah, that's just my yap. It's been 40 minutes. I know hopefully y'all watched the whole thing. I didn't believe it was gonna be 40 minutes to finish this tower. But I hope you guys have like an amazing day or night, wherever y'all are. I know, everyone loves you out there. You just gotta find your people, and I've definitely been told this, and everything's really hard. Also, just try to be open-minded, and don't be a hater on someone just because they think differently of you. Alright, goodbye, guys. I need to go to bed because I gotta get up early tomorrow. I might make another video. I don't know if I have the storage though. So yeah. Alright, see you guys later.